Guys, I think it's time for celebration because Wendy Williams may be able to get access to her money finally. The court has spoken. They have assigned a guardian, a financial guardian, over her money, but she still has a say. There's a lot more to get into. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. By now, you guys probably are able to say this spiel with me. It was just earlier today that we had our caller call in and say, Kempire, what are your thoughts on everything that's going on with Wendy Williams? Will Wendy Williams be able to return to her glory? Well, that's still all up in the air with her recent Fat Joe interview. Some people are speculating that Wendy isn't 100%. Well, Wells Fargo had been using the word on the street and also things that they allegedly witnessed. They used that against Wendy in order to freeze her accounts. She has been fighting for a few months now to gain access to her accounts. But a lot of you said Wells Fargo is not innocent, especially in the way that they treat black and brown people that bank with them. But not just black and brown people. They've been into some shady stuff over the years, allegedly. So much so, recently, the mayor of New York City said that we wouldn't be doing banking with Wells Fargo. That's a whole other story. Well, now we have an update from our friends over at The Sun, giving us an update on this sealed case. This case was sealed because, of course, it has to do with her own health and well-being, but more details have been revealed, and it looks like Wendy Williams might be able to gain access to her money all by herself by July. So this is what the report is saying over at The Sun. They said that Wendy's contentious battle with Wells Fargo to unfreeze her bank accounts is officially over after a New York judge appointed a financial guardian to oversee her finances. I know a lot of you are wondering, who is this? Is it going to be her son? They have not revealed exactly who will be the person. However, from what we're telling, it's someone that's actually savvy in regards to finances. According to The Sun, they said a source explained that the guardianship process is complete, which means the court appointed a financial guardian. Now it's up to the guardian and Wendy and the court as to how she will be accessing her money. At this point in the process, Wells Fargo is no longer involved in the court proceedings, and the bank will be acting at the direction of Wendy's guardian and Wendy. Several sources have also revealed that there was a temporary guardian in place since at least March, though it is unclear if the official court-appointed financial guardian is the same person. All right. So, recently she talked about this, and she talked about this on the Fat Joe interview, that she only has $2 in her account. So it makes it interesting that we're finding out there was a guardian in place, but obviously her bills are getting paid. But all of that being said, Wendy should have access to her money. She should have access to her money if she wants to go buy a Louis Vuitton, whatever. So they said a source familiar with the process added that whoever is in place is someone who is financially savvy and who is able to understand the various accounts that a part of Wendy's fortune. They said the court can eventually decide to give Wendy back full control over her accounts and end the guardianship, but that is up to the court. In the meantime, Wendy is said to still have a voice and still has a say when it comes to her finances. And while she doesn't have 100% control right now, that could all change soon depending on what the court decides. Just for clarification, because we learned from Emily D. Baker, when they talk about guardianship in New York City or New York, it's very similar to a conservatorship in California. However, we should keep in mind, this isn't a Britney Spears conservatorship. This is a financial guardian. This is someone who is watching over her finances, who is making sure that the decisions that are happening with her accounts are in her best interests. When Wendy asks for something to happen, the guardian is making sure it is in her own financial best interest first. And honestly, I'm happy about this. I know no one wants having a third party come in and oversee how they spend their money. But As I said to you before, after everyone saw Wendy in her Fat Joe interview, we're kind of a little concerned about Wendy. We're also concerned about the new Johnny-come-latelys that are around her and a part of her team. No offense to you guys, we don't know you. Meanwhile, another source told The Sun that Wendy could possibly have access to her accounts as soon as July after several productive meetings that have transpired in favor of the former daytime talk show queen. But who's the guardianship? As you know, Bernie, her former manager, Wendy blasted him on social media saying that he used her money to try and get this guardianship over her. So the Sun reports, they said, while it's unclear who the court-appointed person to oversee Wendy's finances is, the Sun previously exclusively revealed that her former manager, Bernie Young, had thrown his hat into the fight to control Wendy's millions. But his attempt was met with fierce opposition by Wendy Williams, okay? Bernie never responded to Wendy's accusation or the Sun's multiple requests for comment. Meanwhile, a source also previously claimed that none of Wendy's family was going to go for guardianship either. Wendy has plenty of people in her orbit that could step in and go up against Bernie for guardianship, but the family is adamant they don't think she needs one. So as you know, we've been following the story of Wells Fargo versus Wendy Williams. We were first made aware of this story from our friends over at Chronicle Speaks, who found this lawsuit and gave us a lot of information. But since then, that court case has been sealed. And this is the very first time that we've gotten an update. The only update that we had previously was Wendy posted on her social media and later changed the caption, but she said she was ready for court. Despite everyone having concerns about whether or not Wendy would get her money, I had a good feeling that she would get her money. It's just that it would have been a lot harder than someone else trying to get their money, especially because Wells Fargo doesn't want to let go of the millions of dollars that she holds within their account. But don't be surprised if Wendy is banking at a new bank come this summer. That'll be the perfect birthday gift for that cancer baby that is Wendy Williams. Wendy, hopefully this is the beginning of a beautiful next chapter. Also, more than likely, the Wendy Williams Show will be ending come June. We know we reported on that as well. So there's also rumors that Wendy is partaking in negotiating in a $100 million podcast deal, despite reports, people saying that's highly unlikely. Who knows? Who knows? Despite the rumors of Wendy being uninsurable, I have faith that with enough time and enough rest, Wendy could come back in some shape or form, but that's only if she wants to. Sounds like she does want to, but we shall see. I'm just happy to hear that at least this portion and stress that's in her life is almost over. Guys, I want to know your thoughts. Are you banking with Wells Fargo? Let's continue the conversation below, and as always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.